Welcome back to Wake Up Radio with Ryan Rain Fuzz. Live in the studio is Irlanda Montes, co-owner of Arboleda Salsa. Yes. She's following her dream, taking her mother's recipe to the market, like she always said she would. We just watched a clip of some people tasting the salsa, and what is it that makes it so delicious? I could tell people, but I want to hear it in your words, Irlanda.
Well, the salsa, it's all fresh.
Yeah.
There's no preservatives on it.
It's not canned tomatoes.
There's no canned tomatoes. It takes a while to actually cook the salsa because we cook the fresh tomatoes, fresh bell peppers, fresh red onions, garlic, and
Now don't give away the secret recipe.
No.
People
the
are
spices,
taking notes at home
the
here.
spices here, and then on top of that, we actually use chunkiness of fresh onions, tomatoes, and avocado and cilantro.
Okay.
So it's very, very healthy. Lots of antioxidants. So it's nutritious also.
Wow, good.
And of course people go crazy for the chips.
As we heard.
So you make your own chips then to
Yes,
accompany the salsa.
my
Okay.
mom makes the chips with the salsa all the time,
Okay.
and they just don't have any salt on it. They're just with canola oil. It's very fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So we make them every morning, and then I gave the first day that I went to the farmers market, I gave people to taste it,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "What are these chips?
Ah.
These are great. You have to come bring them and sell them." So now as people are just taking bags of chips with salsa.
You weren't
and-
even selling the chips to begin with?
no, I wasn't.
I love
I
it.
wasn't, but they're now, they really goes well with the salsa because it just complements the salsa.
Well, you've gotten so much positive feedback, and you've also had the support of a really fantastic organization that you introduced me to here in Pasadena, as a matter of
Yes.
fact, called Mama's, what's it called?
Mama's Kitchen Incubator.
Yes, Mama's Small Business Kitchen Incubator.
Kitchen.
Give me a little bit of a rundown on what they've done for you.
Well,
It's a
to
great
start,
little
I
place.
was looking for a place to cook, and Pasadena is a little far away from me, but it works perfect because it's this kitchen helps small business that are starting, food business, and they rent a space an hourly basis, and it's all approved by the health department, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just go and call them, I'm going to be in such and
Isn't that
such
great?
hour, just cook your the stuff, pack it, and you're
And
out
it's
of there.
And it's a non-profit organization.
Oh, that's
Yes,
fantastic.
it's a
They're helping
nonprofit.
small business owners get their because food. There are so many permits, as you've said many times, and regulations. It's almost impossible to break into, especially when you
Yes.
don't have a lot of funding.
Yes, and especially the health department is very strict. They don't allow you cooking out of your house.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you can go to even to a farmer's market. People sometimes thinking, oh, I'm going to go into farmer's market and cook there, or take something like prepackaged like this. You can't. There's a lot of permits. There's a lot of paperwork. I mean, before we took it to the farmers market, it took us about 2 or 3 months just to figure out all the paperwork and everything
Imagine.
that we need to get in there.
And you stuck with it, Irlanda, and that's the success. That will be the success of your salsa. What is the future for you? What else you got coming up?
Oh, well, right now we're taking the salsa to the labs to get it FDA approved and to get the labels and everything, and then looking for a processing company and the distributors so we can take it to the markets and
Fantastic.
big markets. This is a very gourmet salsa.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be seen like the low markets, but like high end, like Whole Foods.
And we had some people in the chat room saying, when's it going to be available at Trader Joe's? They're already ready to taste the salsa.
Well, thank you. The salsa actually to get it approved by the health, not the health department, but labs, it takes about 3 to 4 to even 2 months.
Okay.
And then on top of that, of course, trying to get it to the stores and stuff. So we're hoping to see in about 3 months in the stores, maybe earlier.
How does your mom feel now when she sees this name here on her salsa in a little package?
Yeah, Arboleda is her maiden name, so it means actually a tree.
Isn't that wonderful?
A tree grove.
Okay.
And we call it, there's a little tree on the logo, and it says Ají del Oro. Ají means salsa in South America. Del Oro is gold, and is the town where she was born. The story is on the website. It's beautiful. I love it.
Fantastic.
So she's excited. She's so excited. She's like, oh my gosh,
You couldn't
because
really
I took
do
a
it?
picture of her, put it on the website, and says, I'm going to be famous.
So we could pull that up in a minute and see a picture of your mom?
Yes, she's on the website. She's on the website, and she's lovely. She's a wonderful woman, and I'm so proud of her. Yeah, she's struggled, through so much during her life, and just like whatever I do right now, I've gone through my life. I don't see like anything as she. She was a teacher, mentor to me, because I saw her working when my dad wasn't around, working and selling little things here and there. She used to make the candies when my dad wasn't around, and I used to take it to school to sell it to my friends to bring cash to her because there wasn't enough. So I learned from her just to be humble and go out there, do something honest, and.
Irlanda, you had said during our interview, our pre-interview, you had said it's hard sometimes when you're not getting a paycheck. How do you make it through those difficult moments when you're not getting a paycheck?
You just kind of like call people and say, look, can I do some graphics for you? Can I,
You hustle.
Yes. Sometimes you end up working a lot of hours, because I'm running around. I'm waking up 5 a.m, wrapping things, getting up. Before coming here, I drop off the stuff at the farmer's market. My sister's wonderful. She's helping me out. She's adorable. And she's, can you take care of the farmer's market while I come back? Got stuck in the traffic a little bit here, but I made it on time.
Right.
And going back and, get on the computer, still email people, finish some artwork that I need to finish, get it ready for people to pick it up. And
A lot of work.
And of course, with my husband, he's up early in the morning with me. And sometimes just a while ago, I told my husband, can you promise me that if this fails, we're not going to think about business anymore? And he goes, and I said, no, don't promise me. No.
Good for you. Well, and we need to check ourselves because it's not a lot of work. It's a lot of effort because you're doing something. I mean, I love that your mom used to gingerly say, when's that salsa going to be in the store? A way of supporting you and showing you that, hey, that's not some fluke. That's not some dream. That could be a possibility. And now it is. It's definitely a possibility.
Irlanda, very quickly, in 20 seconds, your advice to other entrepreneurs who'd like to start something like this.
It's very tough, but just put all your effort on it. Sometimes life is short. Sometimes we have dreams and we're afraid and we don't think of like we can't do it. I'm afraid I'm going to fail, but it's not really a failure. It never is a failure because sometimes you keep it in your heart. Says I tried it, I did it, even if it's for a little bit, I did it.
And in the chat room, somebody's saying here, failing is a form of winning. Irlanda, it's a pleasure to have you here,
a pleasure
as it is with all of our guests. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And we will be back in just about 10 seconds with a wrap-up. Fuzz and I here with Wake Up Radio. Stay with us.